Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Tuesday, August 24th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you're somebody that uses charts as a trader, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about technical analysis and charts and how they can be used to make good decisions as a trader, then this will be a video for you. Real quick before we get started, just keep in the back of your mind that I am offering a free live training class this Thursday. So if you're liking what you hear and you want to get signed up for it, then I just want to personally invite you to sign up. So if you're watching on YouTube, down in the description box, there's a link that you can click on. Or if you're just watching at claytrader.com, there's a location on the page that you're on that you can click to get signed up. So like I said, keep that in the back of your mind. And if you're liking what you see, you want to learn more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to build consistency, then feel free to get signed up. First stock here, ticker symbol VVOS. Huge volume today, and you can see down here, absolutely monster volume, and definitely some well-defined areas here as we head into Tuesday. So the first level that really stands out to me, at least as a support area, is going to be this little miniature trend line that we have here. Obviously had the big gap up, and then had the pullback, but after the pullback, the price did a good job of just cruising up above this area. So like I said, yeah, the price made a big move up, came back down, but ever since there, the price has put in some higher lows, which has, given the ability to draw that uptrend line. So moving forward, at least in the very near term, that's going to be the key level to watch. And I'm not saying that if that level is broken, but if it does, then it gets a little sketchy because the price enters into basically this no man's land down here until the gap close location down around $4. Now, again, I'm not saying that if the trend line breaks, the price is dropping straight to $4. I'm just saying that the overall idea of things gets a little gray because there is such just a big space, due to the big gap up that happened. As far as areas of resistance are concerned, though, so if this trend line holds and then the buyers show back up to make another push, key level resistance that stands out to me going to be right up here around $6.25. So keep an eye on $6.25 and a good high volume break of there. No guarantees, but I could see it, having a push then follow up to the $7 mark, if not higher than that. But we'll see what happens with it, but there's no doubt about it. Very impressive movement, very impressive volume, some nice well-defined areas heading into Tuesday. So we'll see how it goes. Next one here, ticker symbol XERS, and just like VVOS, big volume today, big price action, and then had an interesting final portion of the day here. I should note that each one of these candlesticks are 30 minutes, meaning each one represents 30 minutes worth of time, and I'll be using that for all the videos here moving forward. But as far as key levels to watch, main level here that, I'm not going to call it a do or die level, but for the very same reasoning as VVOS, right there at $2.50. Very important because if the price were to drop down below that area, then all of a sudden the price enters into the no man's land right there where you don't have the next level of support until all the way down there around $2.30. So ideally speaking, you want to see the price stay above that 250 mark if there is any sort of pullback. In terms of areas of resistance, so if this thing's going to, have any chance at all of potentially making a run up to that $3 mark, the level that stands out to me right there at $2.75. So keep an eye on $2.75. And again, no guarantees, but it's at least a valid, it's at least a rational thought that if the price could come up there and then get the break up through that level, that break in and of itself could create quite a bit of upwards buying pressure. So we'll see what happens with it. Next one here, ticker symbol AMC. Very, very nice move and impressive continuation from Friday. Friday obviously started off very bad as the price pulled back, but then ended very nicely right there. And then today, just like I said, continued on up. So overall, good, healthy day. Sure, there's a bit of a pullback this afternoon, but I would call that a very minor pullback. By no means is that a crash or a reversal or anything like that. So nothing huge at all. And like I said, the main idea here is that there was that late day momentum on Friday, and then you got just the continuation from it there, which is now set up a very established, a level that I think a whole lot of people will be watching, and that's right up there at the $38 mark. Going through the history of the chart, you can see 38 presented a problem several times again, and then both there and there today once again has presented a problem. So moral of the story here, everybody and their brother's uncle is going to be watching $38 moving forward as that main resistance area. So keep an eye on that. But overall, like I said, to think that just on Friday, late morning, the price was down around 32. Now it's all the way back up to where it is. So let's see if the momentum can continue and then push up through the $38 mark. Next one here, ticker symbol BABA, did this one on Friday and talked about how it was really seeming like some sort of bottom may be forming. And I stand by that, especially after the rough opening 30 minutes where the price did come down, but it didn't drop by much. And then it spent the remainder of the day moving upwards. And then we look at the final 30 minutes right here. Again, each one of these candles represents 30 minutes. So last 30 minutes, big solid green candle. And the kicker here that I'm very curious about, because the price is now broken up above that area of resistance right there at the 160 mark. But the next big battleground here, that, again, this is not some sort of great discovery. I assure you a lot of people are going to be watching this level, and I make that comment because when a lot of people are watching the same area, wondering the same things, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want. It can produce some very big movements, but all eyes are going to be watching that purple line right there, the 50-period moving average, which right now valued at 163. If the price can push up through there, I'm not saying this thing's going up to 200, but as far as this very nice bounce that's occurred today, so good solid bounce. If the price can now push up through 163, it's at least it's at least a rational thought that could create that much more upside, pressure and potentially carry it up to that next key level of resistance, which sits up there right around the 167.50 mark. So overall, it's looking like a bounce has begun. Can it get continuation? It'll be very interesting over the next couple of days. Next one here, ticker symbol AMD, and we just had a discussion about self-fulfilling prophecies, and we have that once again because all eyes, every long, short, everybody in between is going to be watching that pink line here, which on my chart denotes the very famous 200-period moving average. And you can see the price has essentially been rejected right at that area. So you know that there's going to be all sorts of people watching that level. And again, is this guaranteed to happen? No, nothing is guaranteed. But this is the power of charts, is they help you to make not random decisions, right? We don't want to be doing stuff randomly because that's gambling. We want to be making not guaranteed decisions because those don't exist, but well thought out, very logical decisions. And it's more than logical to think that if the price can push up through that pink line, that could in and of itself create that much more buying pressure. So pointer being, keep a very close eye up there on that level, which sits at about 109. So 109 can be that main, resistance point right there. As far as levels of support are concerned, for those people that maybe enjoy playing pullbacks, first key level of support that stands out right there at 107. And the next area of support would be down there. Purple line there, 50-period moving average currently valid at, we'll call it 105.30. But overall, very interesting area. Let's see if the price can get the break of that 200-period moving average or not. Next one here, down in the world of penny stocks, RGBP. Once again, been doing this one on several top 10 videos in a row, but I mean, this thing just keeps on beast moding up. And as long as this thing keeps on putting in these higher lows and higher highs, which is hopefully YouTube doesn't flag that. That was not my intent. But higher highs and higher lows, which is the epitome of an uptrend. Then I'm sure I'll be continuing to follow this one. But first update that needs to be done, just going to do a little house cleaning. Go ahead and get rid of that line as it served its purpose for now. But the first update, just based on a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. So the newest level of support moving forward, you're going to be right there at 0.042, which I would call the ideal level. Meaning for Ask Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute best going forward? Certainly if this one can stay above 0.042. With that being said, if the price falls below there, doesn't mean the entire chart's destroyed or ruined or anything like that, because from the overarching standpoint, you can see right there that purple line there, the 50-period moving average, still has a very nice upward slope to it. And as long as the price does stay above that purple line, then from a broad point of view, the chart is perfectly fine. Now, of course, there's some context that goes into this and perspective. If you're a day trader and you bought right up there and your plan was to buy and sell within 7 minutes, well, then yeah, from that perspective, the chart now looks really, really bad for you. But again, assuming you care about just the broad point of view, sure, it'd be great if 0.042 can hold, but as long as the price stays above that purple line, then the bulls are in full control and remain in full control of the trend. Next one here is we stay down in the world of penny stocks, NSAV. I've done this one several times in the past and kind of went quiet on it just because things seemingly were just kind of dying off, falling apart. But today, started to make noise once again. You can see here, got good solid volume during the opening part of the day. And then during this nice little consolidation period right here, you can see volume dropped off quite a bit. But that's a good thing. Any volume analysis, textbook or whatever will tell you that, hey, during consolidations, during pullbacks, you do want to see volume drop. So, from just strictly a text point of view, this is looking very, very solid. And just really to draw up the pattern here, in fact, so we have, and I'm just doing this generally speaking. So let me do that, bring that down here so we can map out that area, which is the support. I will change that to green though to represent more of the support dynamic. And then I'll just do this here for the pull portion. And then if you want to just keep this all the same color, so from a technical point of view, this is what would be known as a bull flag pattern. So really the easiest way to summarize this is just NSAV, 30-minute time frame, bull flag pattern, and not just a question of who's ultimately going to win out of this consolidation. Are the bulls going to win out by pushing and getting the breakout to the upside, or are the bears going to win out by showing up and pushing to the downside? That all remains to be seen. But given that the context is bullish right now, that doesn't guarantee that the bulls are going to win. But from a rational thought process point of view, you got to like the chances that this thing consolidates out and then gets the breakup through the upside of the pattern. But we'll have to see how the next couple of days play out. Next one here, ticker symbol SESN, which, of course, had the very, very crazy movement a couple weeks ago, but now things are starting to come back to life, and I realize me just saying coming back to life are just words, but that's why I love charts. They allow you to take words and phrases and make them very visual. So when I say coming back to life, it's all about the fact that there is now a very clear, very distinct uptrending trend line there. Now, whether or not, and I'm going to change that to green though to represent more of a bullish dynamic. Now, whether or not the price stays above there, hey, your guess is as good as mine. But my core point here is it's now valid and rational to think, hey, the bulls have shown up. Maybe the bulls will continue to show up, and this thing can continue to trend upwards. So, which is why it's important that the price stays above that trend line. So, as long as the price is above that trend line, then that implies that the price is putting in those higher lows, and that's what you want. You want to see higher lows being put in. That's how recoveries occur. And as long as the price is above that line, then it's valid to say that hey, the recovery is not only still occurring, it's getting that much better. So keep an eye on that trend line there from the support side of things. As far as areas of resistance, the next key breakout point to watch very closely. That's going to be right up there at the $1.30 mark. So keep a close eye on $1.30 as the main breakout area. But yeah, got to give credit where credit's due. After, bottoming out there on Friday morning, the prices continue to grind higher and higher. So let's see if the grind can continue over the next few days. Next one here, ticker symbol GOEV, an absolutely monster move on the day. What's a little tricky, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but it broke out through that area. So if you're someone that's like, I don't know, am I chasing the price? Am I kind of suffering from FOMO? Maybe, because the price isn't really in a pullback state. Whereas, going into before that breakout, the price had at least kind of chopped around here. So it started to consolidate. But with the breakout, it's one of those situations where, again, maybe you're saying, no, Clay, I still believe in it. I'm buying if it breaks that high, and maybe it'll still work out. But like I said, there is now kind of that, question that is floating out there about, okay, maybe this thing needs to pull back again and consolidate. And any sort of pullback, the level of support that really stands out to me going to be right down there at $7.30. So keep an eye on 730, especially, like I said, if you're one of those people that likes to play pullbacks. In terms of next potential areas of resistance, that next level sits right up there at, what was that high? The $8 mark. So $8 will be public enemy number one moving forward. But overall, I mean, you got to like this one. It set off all sorts of volume scanners here to start off the new week with just monster volume. And again, the biggest impressive thing was the last 30 minutes right there, represented by that green bar there, shows that usually it's the first 30 minutes, right? So they were the first 30 minutes, but it was the final 30 minutes that had the biggest amount of volume. So you got to think that, like I said, a lot of eyeballs will be watching this one on Tuesday. So let's see how it goes. Next one here, ticker symbol TSLA, Tesla, and very, very nice way to start off the new week. Got the breakout here, so there had then been this apparent stubborn area right there around the 697 mark, but price did get the break above there. Not only that, price also broke up above that pink line there, the 200 period moving average as resistance, and is staying above those areas. So moving forward, both of those are going to be key levels of support. And again, I'll just change this red to green based on that rule that when levels of resistance are broken, you want to see them act as support. So we'll call it between $700 and $697 going to be a little miniature support zone there. So keep a close eye on that. And then as far as areas of resistance are concerned, nothing fancy or complicated here. This previous area of support right there essentially behaved as resistance today, which is right up there around the 713-ish mark. So 713-ish going to be that main battleground to watch moving forward. So keep an eye on that from the resistance side of things. If the price can push up through there, the next key level of resistance to watch closely would be up there around 721. But yeah, no doubt about it, Tesla sure did start off the week strong. Not just a question of is the momentum going to build upon itself. We'll see what happens with it, but there's no doubt about it. Very, very impressive way to start the new week. So that wraps up the top 10. And like I said, just want to personally invite you to get signed up for the class if you did enjoy what you saw. So if you want to learn more about charts, why they work, how they should be used, how they should not be used, and a whole lot more, then get signed up for the class. Like I said, it'll be this Thursday, August 26th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Just always keep that in mind. So definitely get signed up if you're interested in learning more or just maybe sharpening your skills in regards to technical analysis as a whole. And then as far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy this format and you want me to continue to make these videos, then please let me know. And you can let me know and communicate that to me with two easy things. Hit the like button, leave a basic comment, even if it's just the number one, saying hi. But any of those things, communicate to me that it's worth the time and effort to put these videos together. And as long as I know that it is worth my time and the effort to put them together, then I have no problem doing them. So just help me out in that regard with some communication by hitting the like button and then leaving a basic comment below. And again, if you're interested in learning more about charts, then I want to personally invite you to get signed up for that free class that I'm offering later this week. So definitely do that. So hopefully everybody had a good start to the week, and I'll see you back on Tuesday.